Hello YouTube, welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Kevin and this is the Red Pilling channel. So I just want to discuss a little about nationalism and conservatism because I am of the belief more and more that you cannot have real conservatism without nationalism. Because if you really think about it, that's how our nation was founded upon, was nationalism. Nationalism meant loyalty to means a loyalty to your nation. I know nationalism is kind of a scary word to a lot of people. Ever since World War II, it's been not a really popular view because people see it as something oppressive, even though, you can be a nationalist without being authoritarian, and you can be authoritarian nationalist, but it doesn't require authoritarian to be a nationalist. And if you really think about it, especially pre-World War II era, nationalism was never a problem. If you go back in history, nationalism was always the thing. Loyalty to your country, your sovereignty, your culture, country protecting their culture. Rome fell because, they for the similar reasons why America's on collapse right now. So, the reason of this video is because I will not be lectured or bullied by the Republican Party leadership who openly basically hates their voters. And we can vote for them all you want, but it's kind of annoying how some Republicans just continue to vote for them anyway. I mean, I know we want to keep the Dems out. Okay, I get it. I hate the left. Okay, you don't have to convince me on the left. But it's like sometimes it seems we just reward the Republican Party without any accountability at all. And they continue to walk all over us. And these people in the leadership of the GOP and these influencers that they have on X, trying to divide the right, trying to psyop you to convince you to think that the real MAGA are actually not the MAGA people. For example, who are those people? Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, you might say Steven Crowder even. Dave Smith, even Charlie Kirk, before they started to grift off of him, because now they can use him as a grift, but even then they would say he's not really, but now, so yeah, who's not real MAGA? Am I right? Trying to psyop the MAGA people to try to basically leave MAGA by trying to make it seem that Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, say what you will about Candace Owens, but even Candace Owens are the real enemies. I know Candace Owens is kind of conspiracical. I get it, and I think she's definitely the one I'm not a fan of either on a lot of things. I think she makes people who ask questions look crazy. But the idea that they're the threat, they're the fault of everything, is ridiculous. Now, but these people are the last people who should be lecturing anyone about conservatism, because they're anything but conservative. And for them, conservatism for them is not the same meaning. To them, it just means, being beholden to their donors, special interests, foreign endless wars, aid to their foreign country, their special interests, like, Ukraine, for example. I have to say Israel because that's a given. They want to keep sending, because sending money there. What other foreign countries out there do they like to send money to? But those are the big two that are the most evident and most recent we know for sure. But, like, it's ridiculous. That's what they want to conserve, and they call people like us, the woke right, who just want to stay out of foreign wars. When Trump ran an anti-war platform, but they want to call them, people like Tucker Carlson, the woke right, for not wanting to get into a war, for not wanting to send aid to the foreign countries, for wanting an immigration moratorium like Trump pushed. Hate to say it, but he's being sabotaged by his own party right now. And they want to lecture us about what conservatism is. And I won't be lectured by these people. They don't get to decide what that is. Oh, what, fiscal conservatism? The GOP is not fiscally conservative. Honestly, fiscal conservatism is pretty much dead, actually. I don't think we've had real fiscal conservatism since probably the 80s, 90s maybe. It's been dead. Now, Trump's more fiscally conservative than the actual GOP, so please don't lecture me about Tucker Carlson actually believes in more fiscal conservative views than the actual Republican Party, so please don't lecture us about conservatism from these people, these dividers that are trying to divide. Because here's the thing. If you do not, here's what makes you a conservative, okay? Do you believe in protecting, is one of your priorities protecting the nuclear family? Protecting the family, the traditional family. Without the family, America goes under. Do you believe in free speech, freedom of conscience, freedom of dialogue, freedom to express without express? Which all of us should be able to do without the fear of losing our friends or being shunned because we have an opinion that might be a little different than what we might be used to. Because if you don't believe those things, then I don't think you can be a conservative. And a lot of these people that are pushing this stuff are the ones that lecture us about not being real conservative. They're like, that's not conservatism. Well, what's conservative then? For them, it's back to business as usual pre-Trump. That's all they want. They want to conserve cronyism. They want to conserve endless wars that have no benefit, keep beholden to special interests abroad, to foreign countries, ship our jobs overseas. By the way, the tariffs are coming. By the way, there's a case that here might be ruled really soon. If the tariffs, I mean, if the Supreme Court, if they strike down the tariffs, we're in big trouble. Which the tariffs are one of Trump's biggest successes so far. Is the tariff? They're actually working, but unfortunately, these judges they're free traders that like to outsource jobs. But if you can't believe in the basic family and basic dialogue, please don't lecture me about conservatism, because these people want to censor us for having a different opinion right now. And they want to use these terrible events like what happened in Australia to take more of our rights. Yeah, that was a horrible event in in Australia, the attack on the Hanukkah by that Muslim terrorist. But of course, they want to use that now to punish all of us for anti-Semitism. They want to use conflicts. The government either stages it, or if it does happen, they'll exploit it to take more of our rights. So all I can say is be careful. And as for nationalism, again, it's really important, people. Do you believe in our sovereignty? Protecting our culture, which means restricting who comes in here. Having an identity, because we have no identity right now. You let everybody in here without any checks. And these conservatives, oh no, just let them all in here because diversity is our strength. We're a nation of immigrants. I hate that phrase. So yeah, I won't be lectured by these people. Neither should you. And be aware of the people who do this, who lecture, because these people that are attacking these MAGA influencers and these people because these people like Charlie, they actually hated Charlie, and now they grift off of him because he's not here to defend himself anymore, so they can take advantage of that and use clickbait to try to psyop us. That's all they have. It's kind of sad too that a lot of X is also foreign influencer. That's the worst part about it. We're being psyoped to basically by outside people who wouldn't even be here. And we have a lot of them. We have Israel, we have China, Russia, is Bernajan, we have, India, Pakistan, Iran. Can go on and on about foreign influence. That's also a problem. These conservatives, oh yeah, we cannot have Iran and China and Russia influencing America, which I agree they should not. But if we say Qatar is an ally, a good ally, like, no, we cannot. We need enemies because they're Arab. But if we say anything about Israel, then they call us anti-Semite. It's just ridiculous. And by the way, I don't think you guys need to understand that being pro-Israel is not a virtue. It's not this idea that it's not conservatism to be not pro-Israel. Excuse me, I don't believe Israel is even a conservative position. Bill Maher is a Jew, Zionist. He's ultra secularly liberal on everything. We're on really nothing that of value. So this idea that being pro-Israel requires conservatism is kind of silly to me. So anyway, we need to be aware of the sheep. That's all I can say. And just, yeah, don't be psyoped, because I'm so done with it. And nationalism's important. We need real America first policy, that mindset, to really merge with conservatism, because that's the only way you can really have true conservatism then. Because without it, you see what we're having now. So anyway, that's what I have for today. If you like this video, please like. If you have anything to comment on, please let me know what y'all think on the bottom. But I'll ask this question to maybe make you prompt, but should we be aware, be careful? Should we really try to understand what conservatism is before we get lectured by other people on what conservatism is? Do you think there's people that try to root us out of the conservative movement that are not even conservative? Do those people exist, and are they running the party? So, anyway, something to think about. Anyway, comment. Let me know what y'all think. If you like this video, again, like again. If you like this channel, please subscribe and hit the bell for notification. The Red Pilling channel out.